You're joining me in for loading in to see if my skin has finally worked, and no. I tell you, it is broken. I cannot get this thing to work, I tell you. I've been trying, restarting and all that, and for some reason my skin's just not showing up for some reason, and that's like the most confusing thing ever. I'm just looking through all of this now to try and figure out what is going on. Because I should get a mod, bit here. It tells me what this mod does. G. What if it was R bracket? Let's see. Then why is it giving me a skin? Why is it giving me a skin? Yeah, I just don't understand it, I tell you. I just do not understand it. I don't know why it's broken. To be honest. It should not have even affected anything. And it has. It's very odd. Like normally it's just in the background and then for some reason it's just messed up. I'm just spending this time to try and figure out what the problem is. Oh, sorry, I had secondary audio on there. Enable server priority. Yeah, it's just the same old, same old. I don't know why it's broken, I tell you, to be honest. It's never been broken, and now it's showing armor on it. Now it's not showing armor on it. Yep, still not showing armor on it. Zombie genders disabled. Default player model. That's default player model. None. That should give me back my skin. That seems to be a child. Where is my skin? It's not any event on today, so I do not understand why it's broken. Remove. Yeah, it should just stay, but for some reason it's just broken today. You know what? I'm gonna search it up just to make sure I'm not missing something, I tell you. Yeah, the thing is I'm not in offline mode. That is the weird part. I just looked down and there was blood on my hand and I was trying to figure out where am I bleeding from? I don't know where I don't know where it came from. I'm worried now. It's not from my nose. Oh, it might actually be from my nose. Let me check. No. Well, that is odd. I do not know how my Minecraft skin is not working today, but it's not working today and I'm very annoyed. Alright, but hopefully you are all doing alright and staying safe, and hello and welcome back to some more Minecraft Young Paradise Gold Age. Do apologise for the prolonged starting. It's not really my fault, it's more Mojang's fault for some reason. They cannot even stop breaking their older updates for some reason. Like you may say oh, you're playing modded, even modded, I should not be dealing with issues from the future in the older updates. It seems a bit fishy, that, I tell you. Alright. So I'm actually thinking about doing a path up here. Because I thought, you know what, a path up here would be nice, you know. Just doing a path that goes all the way around up here. That would be quite nice. And then having this lead out into a wider area for our animal farm. Now I'll tell you, this area right here is probably not going to be big enough for all of our sheep. Just to be honest. I've been looking at it for like the last while and it is very tooty. So I don't know if I should expand it or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I'm gonna have to remove this big tree. Let me just remove said big tree. Wow. Something just flying on my head. Oh. Oh, Splat goes to zombie, I tell you. Oh, that was funny. Wait 1 second. There we go. That deserves to be clipped, I tell you. It just comes like, you know, butt first onto my face. And it just cracked me up. Let's see. This is my seed backpack, luckily. And I'll shove all the additional wood that I'm getting in the backpack. I'll be using up a lot of this wood that we're collecting from this build project on the dinosaur land area. So do not worry, it is going to be used up. And quite soon actually, quite soon. Oh, how's it going? I'll take your thing to eat later, because I am hungry now. Let me eat. I tell you, but not played in a little while, my button clicking is not the best. Alright. I could actually extend out further at the back. Make it longer. So 1, 2, it was 5, right? So 3, 4, 5, and then we place it on the 6th block. That being that block right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's placed there. But we also go like this and just dig out all of this area here. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. I'm still very annoyed that my skin is not working. I actually reloaded because I had to reload because the audio, whenever I plug in my headset, it just decides to not want to work the headset for some reason. It's very strange, I don't know what it is, but when you plug in it for like, you know, the first time, or not really the first time to be honest, don't even need to be the first time, it just, you know, breaks when you just plug it back in. Okay, now this, nope. I was trying to swap the backpack there, but it's not moving along. This. Where's my back? Oh. I was looking for the dirt backpack and then I realized I don't have a dirt backpack that's in the orange. Oh. Brain, I tell you. Does not want to work with us today. And that can just go in the backpack. That can go back up there. Alright. Now that's 1/4 done now. We'll just swap out our axe and get rid of that. I wanted to go with a little, you know, Viking longhouse kind of design. But because we have to make it wider, I will probably have to scrap that idea. And that is quite annoying because, you know, I really like that idea. But it's not what was intended, I tell you. 4, 5, 6. So we'll make do, you know, with what we have now and then build off of that. And I mined a bunch of holes in the ground. Yo, how's it going? He actually had boots on. That was very surprising, to be honest. And you can go in the backpack. There we go. Place some grass in. Don't know why I placed grass blocks down, because I'm just gonna build over it. So they're really unnecessary, to be honest. Alright, we still got a quite big chunk to go through. Just gotta take a second. Oh, hello there, birdie. You have arrived. The arrival. You know what? Just because that cracked me up, I'll, you know, short that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Okay, it was another one. The arrival of the 2. I need you to move, actually. Excuse me. Excuse me, birdie. Birdie, you want the seats, right? Look what I got. Look what I got. You want the seats, don't you? No? You gotta be a pain in the butt, aren't you? At least I got a bunch of wood from that. I really gotta start shooting some of these, you know, leaves down. Also, I can actually fix our leaf texture. I keep forgetting to do so. But the leaf texture that you're seeing here is actually a broken leaf texture. And I could have fixed it like ages ago. I just have to go and remove it from the texture pack. This is not right. This is not right. This is 5. Okay, so the inside is 4 blocks, outside is 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I did not need to mine it that far, to be honest. That kinda sucks. That does kinda suck. Break all of this dirt away. And there we go, not too bad at all. Alright. Now, that's actually looking a lot better. I think I can fit a lot of sheep in here. Yeah, not too bad. I could actually make it go further, but I don't want to really build into the mountain. It would be a cool idea building into the mountain, but I feel like I could do something with the mountain. Don't know what yet. Maybe we may make some bubbles that, you know, you can see out of, you know, and see down into the animal farm that we're building here. This has got to be the remodel. If you did not know, we're doing a remodel of the animal farm to kind of just make it a lot more better, to, you know, and it's got to take, you know, a while, but it has to be done. That's what I say. It has to be done. Also, I'm very annoyed that my skin is just broken. Why? Why? Why is it broken? Does not have to do with anything like this. Oh, I could just click that button. Totally forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. I heard a zombie there in the distance, and I do not know where it is. I know it's a zombie because it had the, you know, certain trail effect to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that is correct. For a second there I thought it was incorrect, so I started, you know, judging my building there. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. We got the building over here. It's kinda a bit cramped in here, but this area over here will fix that up. And I probably should go grab some more gravel, to be honest. We are running low on it, so... Gary, come here. Where's Dennis? Should really bring Dennis over here. I was about to say, I should really lay up that path. I need to lay up the end of that path. But the path is pretty lit because we have, you know, a lot of glowstone on the sides that are hidden. I really like hidden lighting now. I don't know what it is, but you know, we never used it before, and you can kind of see, like, there's a lot of torches everywhere. And that's something that I hope to replace in the future. But I tell you, the shortage on glowstone is so annoying. I have the Moorcraft mod and it's kind of ruined the Nether, and I am thinking about deleting a large chunk of the Nether just because I need more resources from the Nether. But the further I go out, the more the file of the map has got to be. Also, I really do like how this looks, I tell you. Really has come together quite nicely. I might renovate these stairs. Let me know. Should I renovate these stairs? I've renovated them that many times. I just really like the little arch bit that we have here, it just goes, down and then up. This is actually inspired by I don't know what it was. I think it was like, 100 players or something in a world or something. Something like that. I got partly inspired with one of those, and then using construction ideas from other projects to kind of just eventually evolve into that. Took forever though. Took forever. But I was originally going to use it to farm. I thought Gary was about to die there. To farm. Oh poop! I left the doors open. You know what that means. What one of these are in here? No, no one's in here. Alright. Let's go grab some glowstone. Not glowstone. Gravel. We talked about, glowstone, and now I'm thinking, glowstone on the brain. Glowstone on the brain. Got glowstone on the brain. Got glowstone on the brain, brain. Glowstone on the brain. Glowstone on the brain. We got glowstone on the brain. Dennis, you coming? Come on, Dennis. Come on, Dennis, this way. We'll actually just travel along the seashore. I actually put a time capsule down in one of the beaches here. Can't remember the exact spot, but I do partly remember what I put inside it, and it was my first ever iron armor. Or what was left of it, because the chest piece got blown off during a nether trip, and that really sucked, I tell you. Really did suck that. Okay, Dad. I'm joking, Dad. Something flew in my mouth while I was, going through on horseback there. No, I'm not making excuses. I choked on my own saliva. You can't prove anything, Dennis. You can't prove anything. Alright, let's move on. Come on, Dennis. There's a pig. Luckily, we've missed the pig. My throat is terrible now. Here we are, gang. Here we are. Dennis. Dennis. You can sit there. We should really light up this area, shouldn't we? I'm very unused to my, avatar being this for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I looked at, the thingy, and it says, like, oh, it's maybe this or maybe that, but then the thing is, I'm not playing offline. I know if I'm playing offline, because if I go off, wait for it to load, you can see that I have internet, but for some reason it's not, accepting the internet, and it's very annoying that. But this bit of glowstone has really helped the place be more lively. Do I place this here? Or we could do something like that and then get a block, maybe some concrete or something down. I'm thinking something like that. And then maybe something like that. Bring it over just a tiny bit. No, 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 I need that. I need that. No, stay away from me. You're not eating my food. That's not my food, but you're not eating blocks. That's what I meant. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll probably place this here. Yeah, that's actually looking not that bad. Not that bad at all. Alright, I do have this skeleton head. I should really... You know what? I need it for build projects in the future. So I'm gonna shove it with the zombie head there. Sorry if you heard squeaking there. There's a water bottle next to my leg. Well, let's see. I do have some extra green carpets left over. Could use that to, you know, hide up a few of them. May not be much, but you know, to just make the atmosphere look a little bit nicer around here. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. And I'm being hit by a skeleton. Dennis! Fetch me his bones! Fetch me his bones, Dennis. You lazy. Dennis, get him. Get him, Dennis. Ah, lazy Dennis, I tell you. That's what you are. Lazy dentist. Dennis. But, you know what? I wish, you know, the combat AI of a dog would be better. Also, if you hear any popping in the background, that's probably just water bottles popping. For some reason, it's just been that cold that when my room is just finally, you know, lightened up a bit, you know, from the coldness, you know, heat up a little bit, it's just decided to go and be pesky, to be honest, and cause popping noises because the water bottles are finally, you know, cooled, well, heat up a bit. Why? Why? Just let me place the blocks when I want to place them. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Okay, yous are just fighting each other. For a second there, I thought there was one of those mini golems behind me. They always throw blocks at you and always break the game. Not joking, they actually do break the game because of their block picking up. I've yet to figure out how to delete a entity block from Minecraft. So if any of you know how to delete a entity block in 1.12.2, let me know. Because I have that many of them just floating around. It's that they're in motion, but they're not in motion, and they're broken. And it's really annoying. I've been trying to figure that out for, like, you know, ages now. I have to pick up these in a second so they don't eat them. There we go. This is actually not looking too bad. I really like the idea of this area. I did think about making it larger, you know, more to it and all that. And there is going to be more to it. It's probably going to be more on the other side of this little hill here, is where most of the stuff has got to be. But this is basically like the starting area for this area. So I am thinking about making a path off in this direction. I know I said I was not going to, but I am thinking about doing that just because I feel like, you know, it would look nice. A path off in this direction and then connect up with that path there, maybe? Possibly. And then I could slightly decrease that hill and make a path that goes up the hill. So basically it gives me a multiple path direction. And that's, you know, that's a good idea. Because there's always got to be something at one part of the base where I have to go grab it and then, you know, have to walk by and past, you know, different stuff, and it's really annoying. I'll just make it very plain. Just one little path here. There we go. And I'll probably just break that down. I'll probably use other axe. Now you're probably wondering why I use the regular axe and then use this modded axe. This modded axe does not have tree capitator work with it, but the diamond axe does. So when I'm building or anything like that, I can just wipe out all of these bushes in one swing. And it's really annoying that. But if there's like a big tree, it takes a little bit longer, so there's a little bit of, you know, whew. I did not accidentally just break half of the forest down. It's happened too many times, to be honest. But I found it very useful to have that on hand. Oh, I've wondered. If I take pride containers off. Yeah, but that means, you know, it just removes that. Sorry, I had pride hearts on for some reason, and it just breaks when there's, you know, another thing on the containers. And it's really annoying that. I know it's changing the bar as well, so it kind of overlays the bar, getting bar. If you understand what I mean. Bar gets updated with another thing, and bar gets, you know, updated with another thing, and they kind of just collide. And then I think I can just make a little step here. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. And yeah, I think that might actually work, having the bit go up there with the steps. Yeah. I just need to figure out what I'm going to actually do up here. I could actually drill into the mountain. Maybe I might put some, like, you know, creatures that are more attuned to darkness in there. It's an animal farm after all. We're going to have a lot of different animals around here. We'll see. But a lot of animals will probably go to the zoo. That's my main idea after all, is working on the zoo. But, you know, we're in the zoo area, but I'm not working on the zoo. But if I do this... Basically, I tell you, when I'm working on a build project, it's a dominoes for another build project. That's what I'm gonna say. It's a dominoes for another build project. Because once I get done here, I'll, you know, go work on this. Or I could take a little bit of a holiday bit and head over here to finish off doing some stuff over here at the massive sheep farm. What we're doing here is actually basically separating and fixing up my other sheep farm that's all the way over here. I think I might actually make this taller. I don't want it being too tall. That's a creeper. Hopefully it doesn't lock onto me, but I don't want it being too tall, but I do want it to have the same kind of roof that we had before. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same height as that. And then just, I might bring it along by one more block. I'm not sure about that, but I think if I do bring it along by one more block, that it could work better. It's a very hard decision. But I could always have like a certain amount of sheep in this farm and then build a secondary sheep farm. That is a good idea. Multiple sheep farms. It means they don't eat all the grass. That is a problem that I have with my other sheep farm, is that they just eat all the grass. Alright, let me see. I am looking for slabs. We're being fancy here. Slabs. I tell you, without the texture pack, it kind of looks a little bit off, these slabs, but with the texture pack, it does not look too bad. Are you trying to battle Dennis? No, you're just battling each other. Dennis, you okay? Come on, Dennis. Sorry, I forgot that you were in that little, you know, squeezy turn area. Oopsie, did not mean to do that there. Come here. And sit you down. There we go. And break that. Place all that there. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Also, I do apologise if I begin to not speak too much. I tell you, I'm just getting very tired now. I have all of this energy and then it just dissipates in one like second. And it's very annoying. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna record like a bunch of episodes, you know, today, and then bam. You okay? And then bam, you know, I get a tired, dizzy, you know, tired spell. You know what? I should be wearing my glasses. I forget about that. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear my glasses, you know, to make sure that I'm wearing them. And then bam, I forget to wear my glasses. There we go. And now they're steaming up and now I have to clean them. Okay, that I have to do. Alright. Just shove the gravel in there and then shove the dirt in there as well. And the corn kernel can go in the backpack. There we go. And there we go. I need some more gravel. Put that together. 40 coarse dirt. That I have to do. And then I'll do this here. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. And yeah, I think I might have to take some of these out. Yeah, it looks like that's got to be the case. Alright. So I guess I could have another step somewhere around here. I think it'd probably be here. To be honest, this bit here would probably not be the worst spot for some steps. I'm trying to think of how this would actually work. Let me fill this in. And bring that to the backpack. That can go in there. I can actually put the apples back in here. I'll just rely on the rotten flesh I have on me to eat. There we go. Break that. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad at all. There we go. And now I just break that. For some reason it just decided to go down further than I wanted it to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take down some of these vines around here. That vine can go. That one's being annoying. And I'll trim some of these. And if I start to head here, there we go. He scared the life out of me. He started coming like, you know, super fast there, and I thought, oh no, it's a mob. Ah. Do not laugh at me. Do not yip yip at me. I'm probably gonna have to break down this tree here. Just to be honest, you know, it's in the way. I can always replant a lot of these trees. Oh, this tree's actually, you know, chopped down. I'm gonna have to head up there and actually chop it down the normal way. And grab that. Oh, there we go. Not bad at all. And now I just shove all of that wood in the backpack. I'm really just stacking up a supply of wood, but to be honest, we're gonna need it up north in Dino Land. I'm also going to have a lot of materials from Dino Land's, you know, areas. It's really untouched. We do have to do some deleting of chunks, so now that I'm reminded of it. That kind of sucks, so. Let's see. What area of my world kind of needs deleted? That needs to be deleted because that is a forest from a mod. It's the problem with modded forests is that I need to remove them. And I need to delete the, what do you call it? Oak Savanna. That's what this is called. It was originally an enchanted forest, and then it became this due to the Twilight Forest mod. So if I delete it, it should not turn into something. Hopefully. Hopefully. Hoping that's the case. Because I do not need any more, what do you call it? Stuff getting in the way of me getting a swamp again. I need a swamp. There is no good swamps in my world. That was the only good swamp that was up north. And yeah, if I just head a little bit south, you know, there is a better swamp. It's much more larger. But I want to do swamp building. And I cannot do swamp building if there is no swamps that are large enough, to be honest. There we go. Kind of just curving it up a bit. There we go. And shove that in the backpack. Shove that in the backpack and that in the backpack. And now I just make a bunch of coarse dirt. There we go. And let's go and check the time as well. Oh, we're actually past our episode time. Whew, almost by 10 minutes. Alright. So, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, stay safe, hope it's helpful, made some research and advice, very important. Have a nice day, some of this.